Hi, kindergarten. Today we're going to read a new book. It's called The Year at Maple Hill Farm, and it looks like this. You have it in your bag, and it has a ton of pictures on the cover. I wonder if you can predict what this story is going to be about just looking at the cover. I don't know. Why don't we go ahead and get started reading our book? I'm going to be reading it in person right here with me, but I'm also going to show you the pages on the screen. The Year at Maple Hill Farm. And it is by Alice and Martin Provenson. If you wanted to look at what you see on the screen, it says January, Happy New Year, February, A Winter Day, March, I See You, April, New Babies, May, Spring Flowers, June, Two Friends, July, A Beautiful Morning, August, New Shoes, September, An Unhappy Dog, October, Apples in the Orchard, November, Rooks in the Cornfield, and December, Warm Companions. The Year at Maple Hill Farm. The Year. This is a book about farm animals and what happens during 1 year on a farm. The year is divided into 12 months. The months are divided into weeks, the weeks into days, the days into minutes. And on a farm, something is happening every minute. Animals don't know there is such a thing as a year, but they do know about seasons. Animals know when the cold weather will come and they grow heavy overcoats. They know when it's summer and they shed them. When it's hot, they look for shade. And in winter, they look for shelter. People have names for what they call the months of the year. We could start with any month as far as the animals are concerned, but it's usual to begin with January. January is a winter month. The ground is covered with snow. It is a cold, gray time of year, and night falls early. Cows stay in the barnyard when the ground is frozen. So do the chickens, but not many eggs are laid in January. These days are too short and dark. The horses don't mind the cold. Neither do the sheep with their heavy winter coats. All the farm animals stay close to the barn where they're fed. There is hay and grain to eat. Even the wild deer come near the farm, hoping to find a little salt or a windfall apple under the snow. Look at all these sheep and all the animals together. What comes after January? February. February follows January. The forest pond is frozen solid, all but a marshy place where the spring water feeds the pond. The children are having a skating party. When they are cold, they sit by the fire and toast their toes and noses. The geese play in the icy water all winter. You'd think their bare feet would freeze, but they never do. The noisy rooks are having a circus. They toss and tumble on the trapezes of bare branches. Rooks like winter. Under the ice, in a tunnel, in the frozen ground, the water rat is napping. He won't be up until spring. Ooh, it looks so cold here. Rooks are birds. So you see these birds right here. These are called rooks. And when it says they're playing on the trapezes of bare branches, that shows us that they're playing and flying around in the bare branches. So we have our rooks, we have our geese, and we have a water rat that's sleeping under the ice. Wow. Next up, we have March. March is a windy month. It is still cold outside, but you can tell spring is coming. There are signs of spring in the barn. The pony has given birth to a foal. She loves him and looks after him. A foal is a baby horse. The milk cow has a new calf. She loves him and gives him her milk. The good gray barn cat has her litter of kittens in the hay rack. The mother ewe has 2 new lambs. So ewe, lambs, cat, and kittens. The nanny goat has a new kid. 2, all the animal mothers are proud and protective and full of love. Remember, a baby goat is called a kid, just like a human child is called a kid. March is windy and rainy, but when the sun does shine, it shines more brightly and the days are longer. There are signs of spring everywhere. The robins are back and are busy building their nests. A wild duck is in the marsh. Marigolds. Marigolds are flowers like this. The rooster wakes everyone earlier in the morning. The geese are cranky. They must have laid an egg. The meadow mice are out looking around. The mad March hare is hurrying in all directions. The ice on the pond has melted, and there are pussy willows. The horses have found a little grass under the last patches of snow. They lie down in the pale sunshine. You don't see that often if the ground is frozen. I don't want to lie on frozen ground. It would be so cold. April is a spring month. You can tell that spring is here by all the eggs. Eggs in the barn, in the fields, in the trees, under the eaves, everywhere. The good old brown hen has been busy sitting on eggs for 21 days. Now her baby chicks are hatching. It must be hard to pick your way out of an egg. But the chicks are pretty and fluffy in no time. The robins are already hatching eggs in their businesslike way. The silly goose has laid an egg in the middle of nowhere. She must be crazy. This big bird is laying her egg in a little bird's nest. She must be cuckoo. This little bird is feeding her babies. She must wonder why one baby is so big. Here's a basket of colored eggs among the flowers. No one has found it yet. Dogs steal eggs when they can find them and carry them away. Perhaps dogs make nests too. What do you think? Next up we have May. That's the month we're in now. May days are warm. The animals are uncomfortable with their heavy coats. Everyone gets a haircut one way or another. The woolly sheep are shorn, so they get their hair cut. Remember that wool gets turned into like clothing and stuff from yarn. The black sheepdog is shorn at the same time. Not a very fancy clip. She will scarcely be recognizable without her long curls, but they will grow back in time for winter and she will look like herself again. They'll all be cooler without them, even the chickens molt. The rooster won't be himself until he can parade his fine tail feathers again. Even though it's cool and comfortable, it must be embarrassing to lose all your clothes all at once. Cats don't need clipping. They shed their coats on other people's clothes and furniture. So look, we have the sheep that got its fur cut off like this. We have a dog that got a haircut. And then look, there's a rooster and chickens, and they molt. That means that they shed off all of their feathers. So they look lighter, and that helps them stay cool. Okay, we only got to the month of May, so we're going to start back up next time with June. I hope you're liking this book. It's fun to read about all the different seasons. See you later, kindergarten.